Let's get into our first topic, and that is talking about Lyft, or where are we? Double shaving. What is
Double
going
shave.
on with that, Sergio? Double
Okay.
shaving.
We talked about
This
this.
is taking the cake and ice cream at the same time and
Yeah.
mixing it all together, thinking that drivers aren't going to worry about it. But what's
Yeah.
going
I mean,
on?
I feel bad for all the Vegas drivers. They certainly had a horrible month and a half with the start of Hillary, the hurricane that came through California and Nevada. First, they lost the surge. Uber turned the surge off because it was a state of emergency. The governor declared one. Then they forgot to turn it on. Oh, and during concerts of Beyonce and football games, and these people, we talked about their demonstrations and not a strike demonstration. Then this hit. Uber forgot to pay everyone who was doing UberX shared trips boost for one reason or another. They were paying on X trips. We talked about this last week or a couple of weeks ago. I sent all this to Uber today, right before the show. I got an email from the driver who sent me all this saying that Uber fixed it. Now they are paying boost on UberX shared trips, meaning the pool trips. I'm like, glad it's done.
Which they should
Now
have.
comes the hard part. For 2 weeks, nobody got paid boost on UberX shared trips, and there have been thousands of trips made, I'm sure. Now Uber has to make good and pay everyone. I know you're watching, you know who you are. And not only that, Chris, this is the other thing I figured out. Since Boost is part of the new dollar quest that we love so much, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now that has to be also looked into because they did not pay the boost on these trips, which they should have. That's fixed. Second line item, they have to run I don't know what they run in the software world, but they have to run some sort of a check on how many trips there were and how many trips didn't get paid and pay these people. And lastly, now they also have to check how many people would have qualified for the boost because, I mean, for the
You mean
quest,
the quest?
yeah, the dollar quest, because they did not get paid the boost. And boost clearly is part of the quest amount,
Yep.
the dollar quest goal, right?
Yeah.
So Uber, you have a
So
lot of work
and
to
that's
do.
the thing. What happens if you take let's say 10 shared trips, and let's say it's $3 on average? Because right
Yeah,
here I can see a couple of things. It says 350, $1.50, $1.50, 350. So let's
yeah,
just say we're going to average $3 on 10 trips. That's $30. What happens if you're shy at $30 goal?
exactly.
Or
From
what
the
happens
quest,
if you
and you
hit
don't
it
get the quest,
and then
right?
I mean, yeah.
That's the double shaving.
Oof.
So to me, it's like these. Okay, I'm really just baffled that as so-called technology companies, right? These people are having all these glitches. I mean, today we're going to show 3, 4 of them. Lyft is no stranger; they're doing the same thing. Look, I don't want to call intentional, right? Because I don't know. If I knew if it was intentional, I would call it intentional. I don't know if they're intentional. However, I think there's just too many coincidences lining up here. Okay. See, the problem is this goes on for 10 days, Chris. Nobody gets paid. Now you have to chase your tail, get your money that you are owed. Then there has to be checks done for how many people didn't qualify for the dollar quest because they didn't get paid boost. Like you said, if somebody did 10 trips, 10 UberX shared trips, that's 35 a day. If you work 4 or 5 days, that's 150, 100, and $200. Well, you didn't make your quest because the boost was not in there, right? So now you have to check back on that to see if you qualified for the quest. And then at some point, you just lose track of all this stuff, right?
Hmm.
And this driver is diligent enough to take screenshots of everything, which we recommend in today's rideshare world. You guys must
Yep.
take screenshots. Otherwise, not only you're not going to catch it and send it to me for me to put it on, but the other thing is I am in contact with these companies. When you guys send me stuff like this, I sent it to them and they go, "Oh shit, really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, really." At least they're looking into it and fixing it. My problem is that though, when it lasts this long, week, 10 days, I mean, to find all the loose ends and credit everybody's account, I don't know what the systems are at Uber. I really don't. But it's more work than just not having these glitches. And there certainly are too many of these. Too many. for high-tech companies or IT companies or technology companies that they call themselves. I mean, it's every week I get screenshots of these glitches, and come
Mhm.
on, man, you know?
Well, I'm glad that we get these screenshots because then we know what's going on. We can alert other people and see, you know, if they're having those experiences as well too. Like, does this go beyond Las Vegas? You know, we had that surge glitch, that
Yeah,
surge virus that was infesting, Florida, and then it started popping up in other parts of the country.
yeah.
And we wouldn't have known that unless there were people that were sending screenshots. So yeah, we truly appreciate that when it comes to it. So we can actually see what's going on. And then we can also check it with other people and make sure that it's whether it's happening or not happening or whatever it might be. So yeah, this is something that needs to be fixed completely when it comes down to it.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
I
These types of things have more than just the impact of not getting the boost, but actually working towards your quest goals. The other side of the coin too is what happens if you were trying to get your quest goals and you actually did get it, but because you had to do so much more rides because you weren't
yeah,
getting these extra bonuses,
yeah.
then now you had to spend more time behind the wheel giving more rides than what you would have wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it's all these games.
Yeah, I mean, besides that, all this comes down to, for me, as a rideshare driver, this is a simple game on our end. This is only happening because on the back end, this kind of incentive-based system is just creating all these problems. If we were getting paid Seattle rates, $1.50 a mile, 64 cents, no boost, no surge, nothing, none of this would happen. Honestly, none of this would happen because they have, like in Vegas, they have certain boost in a certain time in a certain day that has to be coded into the computer. In LA, they have it different. In San Diego, they have it different. In Buffalo, they have it. There's like all these thousands of different of incentives that are fed into
Hmm.
code, and then undoubtedly things are going wrong, right? So if you have less of these incentive-based things and pay people decent properly or decent, then we don't need any of these things and we wouldn't have to chase these glitches. And now, the other thing that I was thinking is for each one that catches this, like 2, 3 people caught this and send me screenshots from Vegas. How many drivers don't even know what's going on? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? How many don't
Yep.
even know that just keep doing trip after trip? They're not checking if they got the boost, and because of the lack of the boost going into the dollar quest, they didn't get the quest. Now they, like you said, they have to work an extra 3, 4 hours because the quest meter is not moving with the boost because they're not paying a boost, right? So to me,
Hmm.
it's like this is all about the system. The system is broken, people. It is broken. This incentive-based system is just not working. It hasn't really worked for a long, long time. And if it's
Well, as
legislation,
as
it's
you
gonna be
say,
legislation.
why reinvent the wheel? Like, the
Exactly.
wheel is effective as it is. Why reinvent it? I mean,
Exactly.
it that's the whole thing. Like, the original was usually always better, and the other side of the coin is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid, or keep it stupid, simple. Either way you wanna say it, it's interchangeable.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the
I
thing
agree.
is, just go back to the simple. It's so much easier at that point. Then that way you don't have to worry about all these bugs and trying to debug everything and having all these issues that happen and then have it echo throughout your system because you know damn well it's not just echoing in Vegas. Yes, it's probably like this ripple effect that's going on. I mean, we've talked about Vegas so many times that have all these problems and things that are
Yeah.
going on there. I mean,
Yeah.
are there specific coders that just don't like their jobs there or something that are like specific to the Vegas market? Like how do these 33,000 coders and employees that work there, are they
Yeah.
like are they at certain areas of the country? Like are there certain coders that are for upstate New York market, New York City market, Orlando, Florida market? I mean, LA and all these different areas or what?
Yeah. Mr. Gambit, I agree. I mean, he's been sending me some really great stuff, which we're going to show actually a couple of years, Mr. Gambit, after this. I think they're doing it deliberately to keep everyone confused. I believe it. And days and confused, and you can cheat every day. Here you go. I'm like,
Yep.
the more of this happens, the less of the likelihood that this is not intentional, right? Again, few excellent drivers who watch their P's and Q's are catching these, sending them to me. Keep doing it, please. You know, whoever's in the chat and thousands later, send me these screenshots. This is the only way we can talk about it, alert drivers in your cities so that they can watch for it. And it's your money. It's not my money. It's not Uber's money. It's your money. And it's affecting other incentives. See, one incentive or one lack of incentive, Chris, is affecting other incentives now, which is now it's like, how do we even figure out how many people missed their quest because they didn't get paid boost for 10 days? I have no idea.
Or again, how many people had to work extra because they needed to get to the quest.
Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
you know, they wanted to do something else, like enjoy time with their friends or family.
Absolutely. Because that's one thing you cannot get back. We talked about that. Time is, you cannot get back. So Uber, you know who you are, you know you're watching. This is just too much, right? And hopefully the next email I get from this driver who sent me this saying that, Serge, everybody got paid and they caught all the quests and everybody was made whole on the quests as well. I will keep you guys posted, because as of today, right before the show, Boost was showing up on UberX shared trips, which was not until now. So hopefully they'll fix everything. We'll see.
Yep. All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.